Marner's proof of life. What an intro. Welcome to another episode of Creatia Conversation, the number one news source for all that nerdish on Pornhub. I am your host, Marta motherfucking Sharp Watkins, and I am joined today by the co-founder of Rivet City Radio, host of Bots, and Chair Shots, the infamous Will Gray. How you doing?
I'm well. It's never a calm Thursday. It's never calm, okay? But it's been nice and mellow. I think mellow is a good way to put it. Like, I kind of woke up, drank a little bit of soda, smoked my morning bowl, like read my news. And then I was like, oop, doop, doop, it's time to start work. So I looked down and saw your text. I was like, perfect. So far, Thursday's been pretty seamless. It's been real nice. Always nice to start with you, Mara. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had to take some time off for some family stuff, but I'm back and I'm feeling good. So here we are. And
it's good to see you too, Ty.
Is ever so thrilled to see that I'm back. But I want to thank, before we get into thank yous, what have you been watching? What you've been playing? It's been some time since I've seen you.
2 words. Lego Fortnite. I think that when you and I, because I talked to you about it last week and I talked to Hex about it last week, kind of the build up. And in the last week since it came out, like, it's pretty much all I've done. The last 10 days or so. I have had a chance. I caught up on some movies and stuff. I recently rewatched through Julia. I think I talked to you about that, like the show about Julia Childs. Watched the first season of High on the Hog, kind of the history and like celebration of Southern like cuisine through the African American heritage and culture and stuff. Brilliant documentary on Netflix. Just a lot of that. I've been in a very like lull period. This is my last show before the Christmas break. So I'm kind of looking at it. It's kind of got senioritis a little bit. Like, this is my last class before I'm on vacation. What about you? What are you up to?
So I finally finished the Spider-Man 2 story part of the game. So now I just have like a lot of like the raid missions, like the nest and all like the things where it's like, where they used to do like waves of like the people you're fighting. So I have a few of those to finish and a couple of the small missions with Mysterio. But other than that, I'm at 80% in the game. So I'm almost there. What else? I re-downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5 because I realized now that I finished Spider-Man's story, I'm going to need another story game to continue, and I can no longer access the quarry until I purchase it, which I will not do. So, so I needed a new story, and I guess Grand Theft Auto 5 replaying the story will hold me over until fucking 6 comes out. But I have been playing, my boyfriend got me to play Fortnite, but I've been playing the main stage festival thing because I've been like, it just reignited my love of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So I've been playing that. I tried out the racing thing. It's not your average Mario Kart, so it's a little bit harder for me, but I did get through the daily goals or like the season goals for Lego Fortnite or the bonus goals. So yeah.
Ty says 80% doesn't sound like done. I disagree because when I beat Tears of the Kingdom the first time, like finished the main storyline, I was probably only 75 or 80% of the way through the game. You know what I mean? All the side quests and shit. So like you can beat the main story and only be 75, 80% of the way through. So I agree. Mara the liar.
Somebody, you might even say, I'm sorry for exactly. Like I used to draw. I used to play like the arcade game, like Cruising Racer or whatever. You know which one I'm
Yeah,
talking
Cruising
about.
USA or whatever.
Yeah, that. And I used to, I always used to hit like the first top 3 at least. This one, I'm always hitting like the bottom 2, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I can't
Did you ever
control the
play
car.
Rocket League?
No.
It's a lot like Rocket League as far as like the graphics and physics of the game go. And it's like Rocket League is just soccer but in a car.
No, thank you. That sounds stressful.
Like you run around, you hit a ball, but you're in a car to get it in the goal. Literally is what Rocket League is. And you can drive on the walls and shit. It's wild.
Hold on. I'm good. Cause yeah, once I started driving on like the ceiling and the walls, I was just like, this is a lot. And I can't seem to get out of like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th place. Rocket Man. Um, but anywho, I want to thank you guys for watching live. And you can join us here Monday through Friday around this time. This will be one of the last 2 episodes of 2023 though. So I hope you guys are hanging with us today and tomorrow. But you can watch us live at twitch.tv/Creatia World. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, which I'm sure you are because the holiday season, and who wouldn't want to take advantage of those, what is it, 2-day shipping, free 2-day shipping or whatever it is, with the holidays being like on Monday. But with that, you also get access to Prime Gaming, which gives you a free premium subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer. Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to somebody. Take the money from Jeff Bezos and make him give it to us. But you can also catch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. While you're there, might as well hit like and subscribe. When you hit subscribe, there will be a bell that pops up. And if you hit that bell, you'll get notified every time we do something. Every time on YouTube. But, check us out there. Ooh, that sucks. But you can also watch us after the fact on Pornhub.com at Pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. It's our favorite place for you to watch us, not live. There's also like exclusive content there as well. If you can also watch us live at Facebook at Facebook.com/Creatia World. There's other updates and stuff that you can watch there, connect with there, but we'll get into that later. You can also connect to everything through creatiaworld.com. It will give you a little bit of information about us. But you can also monetarily support us at Patreon at patreon.com/creatiaworld. Certain tiers will get you access to things like Multiverse, which is me and Travis talking about animated comic book movies. Coming soon will be Legion of Superheroes. So stay tuned for that. And then we have Return to Wrestling with Matt and Travis, and they're going over Slamboree 1998. And then there's If You Have to Ask with Matt and Kate, which is and they'll be talking about hand jobs for strippers. So, go look at all that when it's there. And also there's other tiers that will get you access to these episodes ad-free. This very moment will not be that, but we're here and we're going to have fun. But let's get into newsy time.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Thank you. You sit in silence for a few days and kind of like rest up your vocal cords extremely.
Knocked it out of the park, Mara, as always.
Thank you. I've been drinking nothing but tea and soju. I mean, not tea and soju, coffee and soju. The first story I wanted to talk about. Did you ever see the movie with Chris Evans, Snowpiercer?
Was that the one about the train and the ice and shit? Yes.
Like it's like the only thing like going around the world or something like that, or the
Yeah, they
country.
have to stay moving in order to stay alive because of the subarctic freezing temperatures or whatever. And the train runs on solar power, so that's the only way to keep it going. But yeah,
Yes,
ultimately it's the entire civilization circumnavigating the globe on a train.
that's crazy. But do you remember that they made like a show? I think it was for TNT. I think originally,
Yes.
of of the same premise. Did you ever watch it?
I was a fan. You know me, I love a little tinfoil hat moment. There's a whole conspiracy theory here that this is all related to the Willy Wonka universe. And because of the technology he could build in his factory that allowed everybody to live and like the whole community to solely survive inside the factory was the technology he had played to build this train. So that way you can grow your food and everybody can live there and like everything happens on this train. So it's amazing. Yeah, I've seen the TV show.
Jesus. Now I need to look up that conspiracy theory. That was not one that I was anticipating coming out of your mouth. But yeah, so it was on my list of things, but I think by the time they had gotten to, I think they had like a second season. How many seasons did they have?
I think they did 2, like in total.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. They have 3 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think by the time they got to like the end of the second season, I was just like, I'll have to get to it whenever I get to it because now it's 2 seasons deep and there was a third coming. But so as far as I've seen, the show is still, I think, oh no, it's concluded. But there was apparently a 4th season that was that they were preparing for, and I guess it got like canceled. But it came back up again because Snowpiercer star is confident final season will see the light of day. And so it doesn't mean today. It may not be a day soon, but it may at some point. And this comes from comicbook.com's Patrick Kavanaugh. Star Mike O'Malley thinks the final episodes will debut somewhere. This year proved to be ruthless when it came to major studios and networks scrapping movies and TV shows, with the TV series Snowpiercer being one of the casualties. While the series was officially canceled back in 2022, its final season was largely completed, yet Warner Brothers Discovery confirmed earlier this year it wouldn't air the episodes on TNT and also removed the adaptation from its streaming platforms, which means I will never see it now. Despite the many challenges it has faced, star Mike O'Malley recently reflected on the cancellation and expressed confidence in the final season being released somewhere. And while also noting that the final episodes weren't conceived as being the series' send off. When asked by TV Line about the final season being released, O'Malley confessed, "I'm trying to get an answer on that," while also noting that season 4 features incredible storytelling done by our new showrunner, Paul. Oh my God, what the fuck is that name? Paul Zibowski? But, oh my gosh, this is his name. If this would copy, there we go. Copy. Put in the name in the comments.
Paul Zibizewski?
Yeah, you say that. He added,
Zibizewski?
but that entire 4th season is in the can, and that's going to end up somewhere. Sadly, the series cancellation and removal from the streaming platforms is only the latest chapter in the series' long and complicated journey. In 2013, director Bong Joon-ho released the feature film Snowpiercer starring Chris Evans, which served as an adaptation of the 1982 French graphic novel Le Transpergene. I'm not going to say that right. The development of a TV series adaptation began in 2015 with Doctor Strange and the Black Phone filmmaker Scott Derrickson directing the pilot in 2017. That pilot caused the adaptation to get picked up to series, but the pilot itself was almost entirely reshot, and the series didn't premiere until 2020. Even with those setbacks, the high concept series aired 3 seasons and starred Jennifer Connelly, Daveed Diggs, Sean Bean, Stephen Ogg, and Sheila Vand. Season 4 of the series added Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star Clark Gregg. Airing on TNT, the series never quite made a major impact on audiences, with its dystopian setting seemingly almost making it an expensive gamble for the network. Even still, O'Malley thought the narrative was only building steam, and the cancellation took him by surprise. We were actually hoping that we'd keep going, but I think there's an ending to that where it could be the end, and it's very hopeful. So I really, really can't wait for that show to get out there and for people to see it because it's awesome, the actor expressed. Well then, we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know if
This
I mean,
sucks. Like, as a fan who's seen it, and then for people like you who haven't seen it but are now interested because of the news surrounding it and stuff, like when they put the time and they invest the money into making a show and then they're just like, nope, we're just not gonna air it. It's like Warner Brothers
nah, we're
with
good.
the Batgirl movie. They took the time to film it, edit it, release, and get ready to release it, and then they're just like, no, we're just not gonna put this one out. Like, come the
Like,
fuck
nah,
on,
yeah, we're
guys.
good. It's a loss.
Like, even if
They
it
just be
sucks,
like,
let us watch it. Mhm.
right? Because at this point, like, I feel like when they do stuff like that, I was like, you have a whole streaming platform. I don't understand. Like, if you think it's a loss in like a box office, I totally understand that. But you have a whole streaming service that you can then continue to monetize off of, even a slight bit, you know? Just put it on there. Why waste everyone's time? Because I feel like low key, like they be knowing, like from the moment they kind of green light it, they're not gonna fucking commit to it. It's like, and I think it's just I think they just do it for like the hilarity of finishing, filming, editing, and putting it together to then be like, nah, we're good.
It seems like a ridiculous concept to have a streaming service and you to own the rights for these TV shows and to not monetize off of them by having them available in your catalog. It would be
Shit.
like,
Someone just leak the shit on Twitter for fuck's sake.
yeah, it would be like if Peacock was just like, we're going to take The Office off. You guys have seen it a million times. We're just going to take it off because, like, no, that makes no sense. Like, it doesn't matter. It's free money after a certain point because it will have, even if it takes it 10 years to do it, if you make pennies on every stream, you will still eventually pay that off for nothing more than a little bit of server space.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
You know, like you have to think, like, especially like granted what just happened with the actor strike. It's just kind of just like it's like they're like, you know, try not to super sympathize for people who I know still make more than I do, and get other opportunities that I don't. But like these are still people who take time, or even like people who do voice acting for like the animated movies that get shelved all the time. And it's just like these people take time away from from their lives and like their families and stuff like that, and you always hear about like celebrities going through it because they don't spend enough time at home, and it's just like, and then you go and cancel a whole fucking project that you went and announced. Now you look like an idiot.
You're right. It makes them look dumb. I completely agree. Um There's no other way. If you made the content, put it out. Even if you just make it on streaming revenue, like it seems like a waste of money. One of the things in the actors strike that they did get that I was behind is bigger guarantees on the front end, so they'll make more money to film it, and it won't be as much on the back end with streams and stuff. And it was because of this happening. Actors were like, "We're tired of only taking one booking, taking 4 months to film, us getting the advance for filming, and then it never get aired, and that's all we get." You know what I mean? So they
Hmm.
moved some of that money around so they get more money in case of something like this happening.
Yeah, it's kind of more like job. It's like I feel like it's their version of wage security or wage insurance. I don't know. But yep, so I guess we'll stay tuned to see if Snowpiercer will ever see the light of day, but it's not anywhere to stream, I guess. So if you haven't seen it like me, then good luck to you. But we can move along. Uh have you heard of something called the People's Joker?
The People's Joker?
Yes.
No,
It's
I guess not.
okay, so we can both learn up on this together. So I think Matt submitted this. People's Joker. Queer comic book parody pulled from TIFF over copyright issues sets US release. This comes from Rebecca Rubin at Variety. The People's Joker, a queer comic book parody that garnered headlines after getting axed from the that's what that is, Toronto Film Festival lineup, is headed to the big screen. Los Angeles-based distributor Altered Innocence acquired the film, which will open in theaters on April 5th. Vera Drew directed The People's Joker, which was slated to play in 2022 at Toronto International Film Festival. However, the filmmaker canceled the planned screenings after its Midnight Madness premiere, citing copyright issues with the material. Warner Brothers Discovery owns DC Comics and holds the rights to the Batman universe, but has never commented publicly on The People's Joker. A title card before the movie states, "This film is a parody and is at present time completely unauthorized by DC Comics, Warner Brothers, or anyone claiming ownership of the trademarks therein, except for example, Joker, Batman, etc." Described as an absurdist, semi-autobiographical dark comedy, The People's Joker stars Drew as a painfully unfunny, aspiring clown called Joker the Harlequin. Her character grapples with her gender identity while successfully attempting to join the ranks of Gotham's sole comedy program in a world where comedy has been outlawed. Uniting with a rag team of rejects and misfits, Joker the Harlequin forms an illegal anti-comedy troupe that puts her on a collision course with the devious Caped Crusader controlling the city. The movie which was partly financed by crowdfunding and shot entirely on a green screen, features cameos from Tim Heidecker, Bob Odenkirk, Maria Bamford from Netflix's Big Mouth, and Scott Aukerman from Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. Oh
I
boy.
love that.
I'm here to see that. I may not go see it in theaters, but I definitely will check it out once it's somewhere. I think comicbook.com was also talking about this, or IGN was. Like, is this something that they can legally do? I don't know.
It's such a weird thing. I love the idea of it because it sounds cool. It sounds like a fun story. And I'm all about inclusion in 2023. We don't yuck any yums. I say it all the time.
Correct.
So I think it's a cool story, and I think if done right, it could be a really like positive, forward facing uh like movement for that culture. You know what I mean? Because there's so much wishy-washy and back and forth, and I'll say the big P word, propaganda, in today's mainstream media, and they try to make you feel like you have to be extreme one way or extreme the other, and you can't just support them. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
it sucks in a society where it's felt like you have to be an extreme one way or the other. So the idea of having a really positive forward facing image to help with that culture is amazing. So again, don't yuck any yums. Different doesn't mean wrong. I'm here for it.
correct. I like the idea of like seeing Joker set as like a woman instead of
Mhm.
like the traditional troubled man. But yeah,
I
so
love that
I mean,
idea, and I like sometimes the whole gender bending stuff they've done in video games, where you get to see one of the big ones, and everybody always goes back to it, is Metroid, because nobody realized that Metroid, like the main character, what's her Samus, I think.
that sounds
Um,
about right.
the whole time you're in that orange suit, and at the end of the game, the suit comes off, and you realize uh, that it's a woman the whole time. You know what I mean? And it was this whole thing like, holy shit, how was the protagonist of this entire series a woman and us not even realize it? It was like, why did that matter?
Right. Did it
You
make
know?
them any less badass?
No, and that's the thing. And that was, that's one of the earliest versions of it. So I'm always about that. You know what I mean? Like it's fun. So I like it. I'm here for it.
That's what's up. Well, I'm awaiting to see what comes of it. I mean, we won't know anything more until April. I didn't see anything in the article that stated anything about like, will it be shown only in Los Angeles, or since like the distributors, I think from Los Angeles, or its name is Los Angeles, who knows? But yeah, I don't know if I wonder if it will be like a wide release or if it'll just be very little, like, select places. So we'll stay tuned for that. But we have more, but we're going to do a quick ad break and then we'll get into kind of more of the bigger stories we got. And so, yeah, stay tuned. You know how to get around these ads. Go to patreon.com/Creatia World. Get them tears.
Things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
And I was muted. And we're back. They need like a button that would be like unmute all, mute all. But whatever.
They
We're back.
don't.
They
They don't
don't.
have a mute all button. That's crazy. You got to go through and individually click everybody.
Yes, that's stupid, but whatever. We're back. Thanks for hanging around, guys. So the big gist of it all, we've all been tricked back into getting cable, but just wireless cable. Because and Warner Brothers is trying to catch up to Disney speed, where like they're just like, oh, we're just gonna take over everything. Or maybe Discovery is, because I'm still trying to understand who's the big spoon in that one. Because Warner Brothers has their name up there first, but it feels like Discovery is pulling all of the strings. But Discovery like trying to get to Disney's is trying to get to Disney's level by like merging with everything, because there's talks of Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global in merger talks. I'm a super kid. Oh my god.
That one made me pop.
This comes from Variety's Todd Spangler and Jennifer Moss.
Two
Warner
writers.
Brothers Right? That's how big the story is. They needed 2 people to cover it. Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global have held talks about a potential merger of the 2 media companies, Variety has confirmed. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav met with Paramount Global CEO Bob Bakish in a lunch meeting Tuesday in New York, where they discussed a possible merger, sources said. Zaslav also has talked with Shari Redstone, whose National Amusement Inc. owns a controlling stake in Paramount Global, about a potential combination of the companies. Rep for Paramount Global and WBD declined to comment. Axios first reported the talks, though. Bob Backlund. Terms of a possible merger of the companies could not be learned. Both companies have enlisted bankers, but the status of the talks are described as very preliminary. As of the end of Q3, Paramount Global reported long-term debt of $15.6 billion, considerably less than WBD, whose debt load stood at $43.5 billion. How does one get in that much debt? Like, at what point was someone just not like, you already owe us like 500 G's. Why would we give you another $10 million? Like, the
Money's not
corporation,
real.
I know, it's really not.
$45 billion is an unreal amount of money. The way you look at it, it's stupid. It's like you can count to 1,000,000 in like 11 hours or something like that. But to count to 1 billion would take you like 30 years. You see what I mean? Like, because of that's the size differential. Have her to explain debt tomorrow. See, it's 1 billion is an ungodly big number.
Well, it's
Like,
a number
so
you
to be
never feasibly be able to spend.
a $45 billion debt, you're talking about debts that's bigger than some countries' gross domestic product here. Like, Warner Brothers Discovery is more in debt than the country of Israel. Like, $45 billion is a ridiculous amount of money.
And where does it go? Where do you like? It's like, where do you get it from?
It's
Like,
not
what the?
real. That's the thing. When
I
you
know.
start talking about that much money, there's not a tangible, real life stack of dollar bills for that $45 billion. That's literally just a series of zeros and ones on a computer screen, and somebody says it's $45 billion. Like,
Yeah,
that real dollar amount is so ridiculous that, like,
it's
it's
it's like
not
when I think of
real.
it's like when I think about when you hear like within politics when they talk about like how much debt like the United States is into other countries. And I was just like, how did you get there? Like that's
$22
like how,
trillion, even one step further than billion.
you know what I'm saying? Like when like at what point? Like what are you it was like, what are you spending it on?
Where did their money come from?
They printed it. I feel like
Exactly.
isn't there a politician somewhere in or like in history, like there's video of them saying like something about I think the debt, like they were just like, we could just print more money. And it's just like, what do you mean you could just print more money? But if
What
I
you
do it,
just
I'm a
described,
criminal.
what you just described is the Federal Reserve Bank. The US government just goes, "Oh shit, we're in deficit. Let's just print a bunch of money and we'll pay the interest back later." Like,
Yeah, it's so weird. Like this value of dollar and blah blah blah, it makes my head hurt. And yet I'm over
money's
here
not
judged.
real.
Yet I'm judged by my credit score by $1,000 card.
Warner Brothers is in the brink right now. It's funny because they're also in the process of looking into filing bankruptcy to recoup losses over the last like 15 years in TV deals and media rights. Like, that's because what they did was they paid all this money and then they never got any like return on investment on what they paid out. So
That
they're
dude,
trying to recoup all these losses that way, which is still ridiculous to me that a company as big as Warner Brothers Discovery it's nonchalant. Like, oh, by the way, we might file bankruptcy. Like, Sorry, what?
David Zaslav, you should just stuck to this. You should just stuck to nature documentaries and Cooking with Martha. You should have just stuck to that.
We're gonna reset. Everybody's gonna go back to public access television eventually because the whole like TV media rights deals are just gonna reset back to the 70s. And it's just gonna be like everybody's like local public access TV channels.
Instead of like the Great Financial Depression, will just be the Great Entertainment Depression. But in terms of market value, Warner Brothers Discovery is the bigger fish with a market capitalization of 28.4 billion as close of trading December 20th, compared with 10.3 billion for Paramount Global. None of that made sense to me. That sounds like stock market shit. Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount would be looking to pool their assets, which span TV, films, sports, and streaming, to gain greater scale and operation efficiencies. Jesus Christ. I can't take any more content on the same app anymore. Because at some point they're just going to merge over Paramount with Max, and then it'll be madness, because now I won't be able to separate any Cartoon Network stuff that I might pull up from any like for the first time, Nickelodeon shit and Cartoon Network shit might be on the same fucking platform, and that is just too many options.
That's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, but specifically, WBD and Paramount would have an interest in combining their Max and Paramount Plus streaming services to better compete with the likes of Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu. Netflix is like just still winning though. Netflix is like, I don't have to merge with anybody. I'm gonna keep streaming shit of that's also yours as well, but I'm not merging with anybody. And Disney has essentially owns a third of the world, and they have for about probably 50-60 years.
Also true.
That is also
Netflix
probably
can
true.
do whatever they want,
right? They shut down the physical media.
You remember 5 or 6 years ago when they were talking about cutting the cord and everybody getting off of cable?
Mm-hmm. They found a way to get us back on cable without cables.
We're segueing all the way full circle back around to having a Paramount, Warner Brothers Discovery streaming service that's all of their shit if we want it. Hulu TV, like Hulu Live is all the live shit, so you got to pay for that one to get your live TV. Netflix has all the Netflix stuff. So it's like we're going to end up paying the same $150 we were paying for cable in streaming services.
And they're gonna bundle it up into some can't really beat it annual package, and you're gonna be like, is it really worth spending $250 for this?
You know what was really going to fuck us up is Xfinity, Comcast, CBS. They're going to come back around full circle, and they're going to be like, yeah, we've got this app where you can watch Hulu and Netflix and Paramount and Max all in one central place. All you've got, if you pay us $80 a month, you get access to all of these streaming services. And I'm going to be like, you motherfuckers.
Right. They're gonna, and then at some point they're gonna be like, and now we have it all preloaded into this digital box with a remote that you just connect to your TV.
And then they'll try to resell us on DVR, and it'll be like, now you can record your favorite shows that you like and watch them whenever you want, guys.
It's kind of like downloading from your favorite favorite streaming apps, only it's just recording it when it's live.
Exactly. They're going to hoodwink us into this. They're going to wrap us back around and sell us on fucking TV boxes and shit all over again. We're geniuses, Mara. We figured this shit out.
We figured it out. Oh man, the conspiracy theories. It's great. But yeah, that would be crazy. And like I said, that would just be an overwhelming amount of media. Like that's just how I felt like, I think when I go to my mom's, and like she still has cable. So it's like but she has like a lower package because we have streaming services. But like I remember when we used to have like all of the channels, and I just remember just being so overwhelmed, just scrolling through the guide, be like, what do I want to watch? Do I want to watch The Mask 2 for the 50,000th time on MTV? Or do I want to watch SpongeBob SquarePants on Nickelodeon? Or do I
Yep.
want to watch Jerry Springer? It's just like, But we'll keep a close eye on that because I'm curious to see what that will look like, because I think Paramount was doing something with some of the other lower ones, like BET, not lower, but like the sub tier of channels now, like BET's own BET Plus and VH1. I got hooked on a BET Plus show earlier this week. It was on Netflix. So it's called First Wives Club. It's like, apparently there was a movie called it too, I think back in the 80s, or I think that might be the wrong decade, but if you Google it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's like, instead of 3 white women, it's 3 black women. So it's been it needs better writing, but it's been funny for what it gives. But yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that, because I'm curious to see what will happen with that. And I wonder if the government will get in the way and be like, no, this is too much power. This is too much power, Discovery. Because didn't they try to no, it was T-Mobile and Sprint they tried to get in the way of, right? Where they were
Yeah, they
just
were going to
like,
merge together. Yeah.
and they were like, that kind of seems like a suit that, like, I think it was like a super conglomerate or something like that, or a monopoly or whatever. It's the year of monopolizations.
What's up, Jess?
What's poppin'? The rest of the time is gonna be pretty low key, because all I got is trailers and clips for you. So let's
I
hop
love
into
trailers
it.
and clips.
What If is coming back tomorrow, or starting tomorrow? Because I think it's like a new episode each day for 6 days. So here's a trailer, I think, and then we have an exclusive clip as well. Sound on? Yes, here we go.
'Twas the night before Christmas. The stockings were hung by the chimney, and the Avengers were fighting a brand new superpower.
I'm Santa Claus, baby.
Starting tomorrow, unwrap one new episode every day for 9 straight days.
9 days.
Who's our bad guy?
Yeah! It's a holiday party. What could go wrong?
What If Season 2, streaming tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's cool.
I am hoping that by the time we get on, I can say I watched the episode. Well, me and
Be
Bridget
caught
get
up
on.
immediately.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just say, hey, check it out. It's good. But here is an exclusive clip. Let me put this back up. Oh no, what are you doing? Okay. Nebula.
Groot throwing dice.
Aw. Drax not doing good at gambling.
Drax doing Drax things.
But fair warning, he does not like to be bothered when he's on a hot streak.
There's a lot to digest in that sentence.
Yes.
How's business?
Is that Howard the fucking Duck?
I'm running a casino. Things
Yes.
are
Oh my
great.
God, it's Howard the
Great
Duck,
could you bring us some
Mara.
small bites for the reflective woman over here, or do you just eat megabytes?
Oh my God.
I'd be unstoppable with 2020 vision.
That's how I feel.
Like,
I'm into that
God knows.
solely because of Howard the Duck.
I can't wait. It's gonna be good. But yeah, so that starts streaming tomorrow. I'm assuming it would be on at, what is it, 3 a.m. they'd be putting new things up, or is it 2 a.m.?
Something like that. It's always in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. It's there when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's not when you would. I mean, I would assume most people in the East Coast, at least, wouldn't still be up. It didn't say I finished. It just said I'm 20% done. I mean, I'm 80% done. Now he got me fucking up my numbers. The next trailer I'm gonna show is called Love Lies Bleeding, but it has an article attached to it, so I did want to talk about that first. Love Lies Bleeding trailer. Kristen Stewart gets violent in A24 romantic thriller, and this is from Megan Navarro at Bloody Disgusting. The newest from St. Maud director Rose Glass, Love Lies Bleeding sees Kristen Stewart embark on a vengeance quest in the name of love, and the new trailer teases just how intense the romantic thriller may get. Katie O'Brien stars alongside Kristen Stewart in the upcoming film from A24, which is said to be a romance fueled by ego, desire, and the American dream. Love Lies Bleeding comes to theaters March 8th, 2024. That's about it. It just gives some background information about when it first premiered, but let's get in it. Stop, not what if cancer killed both.
I'd be a zombie news anchor.
You talked to your dad recently?
Why?
Not Ed Harris with a bald cap.
Let's go.
Why was the cop's name O'Reilly? How come they always got to be like angry Irishmen?
Oklahoma? Because it says the only thing that fits.
Like all cops in movies are always angry, like angry Irish white dudes.
Angry Irish Catholic white dudes.
Yeah, every time. It's like typecast.
My
Like, you wanna
favorite,
be a
my
cop?
favorite being Elliot Stabler.
She needs a job. Says she'll do anything.
Yeah, you like guns?
Not really.
What the fuck you doing here then?
The fuck you doing here then?
A bit more powerful than a punch. Huh?
Fuck yeah.
Call me when it's done.
Is that James Franco?
Yeah, it looked like him.
What is this place? Huh? You don't understand. Get back in the car.
They found the body.
Looks like you've got your hands full.
Uh-oh.
You'll regret this.
We'll just need to fight back.
I'm gonna tell them everything you ever did.
FBI, open up.
Are you threatening me?
Yep.
Well, that was really stupid of it.
She definitely looked like she was gonna get shot in the ass.
Why does she look like the Incredible Hulk there? Why did she look like
That's
she
what I'm
was about to
saying. It's
rip
like,
out of her
why
clothes?
is she getting crazier, bigger?
Because she's steroids. I'm a betting man. I would guarantee she's on steroids.
Oh boy. Interesting.
I'm usually a big
That-
fan of A24 movies. Like this one's it's got me, I'm enticed. It's got my attention.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I also, I grew up in the percentage that, was introduced to Kristen Stewart in Twilight, and has had a hard time kind of taking her out of that. But I've heard I heard her acting has changed or improved or transformed over time with her last few roles. So I'm interested, but I probably won't go to see it in theaters. I'll probably wait till it is somewhere, but here for it. I got one more trailer. Well, actually, before we get into the last, well, I'll let you choose. You want a quick article about something that you might find more interesting, or a trailer that you may not find as interesting?
Let's do the article, and if we have time, we'll watch the trailer.
Okay. Willem Dafoe debuts as a crazy vampire hunter in Nosferatu sneak peek. So you know what I got? Sneak peek. Director Robert Eggers tells Entertainment Weekly that his Lighthouse and Northman actor performed with 2,000 real rats in a scene. And this comes from, as you could guess, Entertainment Weekly by Clark Cullis. Willem Dafoe may look like he's on his own in Entertainment Weekly's exclusive first look at his character from the horror film Nosferatu, but writer-director Robert Eggers reveals that the scene, which involves a tomb surrounded by flames, found the actor working with many co-stars. That sequence, aside from having real flames, had 2,000 real rats, says the filmmaker, who has now worked with Dafoe across 3 projects, which is 2019's The Lighthouse, 2022's The Northman, and this new film coming out next year, which was challenging but also fun. Dafoe plays a vampire hunter named Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz in Eggers' Prague shot take on the director F.W. Murnau's 1922 horror classic. That film itself was an unofficial adaptation of Bram Stoker's novel Dracula and was previously remade by Werner Herzog as 1979's The Nosferatu the Vampire. While the character from Murnau's film upon which Eggers based Defoe's Professor is on the periphery of the action, the director says he amped up von Franz to be a crazy vampire hunter, a character, he says, I've always loved and related to. And then here's another picture. But let's see. Eggers describes his period tale, which is set in both Transylvania and Germany, as a tale concerning a haunted woman who's tormented by a terrifying vampire. That vampire is called Count Orlok and is played by Bill Skarsgård, whose brother Alexander starred in Eggers' lead Viking in The Northman. Bill is known for playing under a good deal of makeup the clown monster Pennywise in the It films. Eggers explains that the Swedish actor underwent an even more extreme makeover for his performance as Orlok. From what I remember that Nosferatu looked like in the older films, yeah, I can only imagine how much face-off they got to do. The film's heroine, Ellen Hutter, is played by the Idol star Lily Rose Depp, while Nicholas Hoult from TV show The Great and this year's vampire comedy Renfield portrays her husband, Thomas. All right. So Nosferatu is scheduled for release in theaters December 25th, 2024. That is not a great Christmas movie.
It's
in my
not.
opinion. Why not just show it during Halloween time?
I think with the Christmas season being such a big time for movies to come out, and they want this to be a big blockbuster type movie, I think it could be if done right. I think they got a cast of characters that could really knock it out of the park, and I think the story is there. The Nosferatu story kind of being the origins of Dracula, sort of like Hollywood's due for a real vampire movie, like segueing away from the Kristen Stewart stuff. You know what I mean? Like, not that I mean, I'm not yucking the Twilight yums, but that was definitely geared at a younger audience. That young adult teenager audience, whereas this seems very much like a classic horror movie. And I think that if it's shot right and done right, it could be a classic telling in with a new coat of paint.
And Bill Skarsgård has proven, he can redo certain scary villains, as they mentioned his portrayal of It. But yeah, so I'm excited to see that. I don't know if I'll see it Christmas Day. But also with Hollywood kind of like leveling out, I guess I won't hold my breath for that date. It could get moved up, it could get moved back for all we know. But we'll stay tuned and follow that, of course. But I'm going to play that trailer while we have a few minutes left. And this is called The Regime. This is the official teaser trailer. And as you can see, it's an HBO original. I think this, I don't know if it's a series or a movie, but we'll find out now.
Since I became your Chancellor, we have grown considerably as a country. It is time to show America and the world precisely what we are worth.
Madam Chancellor,
Corporal Zubeck. You're here because you are nobody. You are not anybody. And that means I can trust you.
Yes, Chief. You will never be in control of this place ever again.
He's not dangerous, is he?
Everything's fine. The Chancellor couldn't be more pleased. And we like it when she's pleased, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
What?
Have some pride. Let me do my work and be grateful.
Okay. Sorry.
Without her,
Wow.
nothing makes sense.
You do have a wonderful way with half-wits, don't you?
Yeah, I'd like to see her.
Is she expecting you?
I'm her husband.
Is she expecting you?
One expects their husband to enter a room.
When I became your Chancellor, I did so with a heavy heart. But just know, you fill me with all the love I'll ever need.
What is
And
happening?
so, I bless you all. And I bless our love. Always.
I have so many questions. See, I thought this was gonna be some like The Crown type shit, but now I have questions. I want them answered.
I love future dystopian shit, so this is right up my alley. You were wrong. You might not be as interested, Mara.
I'm sorry.
You were
I didn't
wrong.
read. I should have read up on it before I suggested it.
That looks awesome. I love the whole idea of whoever the fuck that real angry looking dude was, where he was like, "Let's be clear, you're not really in control here." Like, oh shit! Like he just
Right,
looked
like
at her and
this,
told her.
like that's like her underling, and he said that he was like, no.
Let's just be clear.
The series depicts a year within the palace of a crumbling authoritarian regime. That's all it has on their Wikipedia, and it's set to have 6 episodes. And it apparently will premiere March 3rd, 2024. But like I said, things can happen, things change very quickly in Hollywood, so we shall see. But I think this is a great place to hit it. Thank y'all for joining us, and thank you again, Will, for joining me today as my co-host.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Thursdays are so fun.
They are, and they're mad chill. But you guys know where you can connect with Creatia World as a whole, at our website, creatiaworld.com, but also on all the socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World, and also Blue Sky. I need to update that so it says Blue Sky as well if you are on there. But like I said earlier, you can also watch us live at facebook.com/creationworld. But when you're there, you might as well go ahead and join one of our groups. If you like dragons, House of Dragons, George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones, fantasy shit in general, you can join our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/demdragons. Put all that in there. Put theories you got for the upcoming season whenever it comes out next summer. If you got a cool picture of a dragon or cool art of a dragon, put it in there. We're always looking forward to it. But if you're a wrestling fan, you can join our Facebook group, Smacking It Raw, at facebook.com/groups/SmackingItRaw, which is our companion group and the safest place to talk wrestling. It's the companion group to our show, Smacking It Raw, which goes live every Saturday night at midnight, 11 p.m. Central, and that's with Matt, Katie, and Vince. And yeah, so plug yourself. Will.
First and foremost, Mara, as always, thank you for allowing me to start my Thursday with you. Always fun. If you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at the Will Gray, you'll find my link tree. With that link tree, you'll get everything that I do for Off the Top Media, Rivet City Radio, Creatia World, and all of my dirt sheet writing.
And you can always find me on all the social webs just talking shit at Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK. Till tomorrow, it'll be me and Bridget. And so we'll see you guys then. See you later.
Bye.